Welcome to Clone Studio. In this video, I'll walk you through how to use and configure your clone, how we talk, what I can do, what I know, and where I show up for your team. Think of this as your quick orientation to everything behind the scenes, so you can turn your clone into a reliable, fully configured teammate. When you open a clone in Clone Studio, you'll start on the Chat tab. This is your main control center, where you talk to your clone and where real work actually happens. Your clone operates in two modes here. In LLM Talk mode, you speak in natural language, and your clone responds conversationally, answering questions, brainstorming ideas, or explaining things like a smart, always-on teammate. In Skill Execution mode, your clone doesn't just talk about a task, it actually does it. You still use everyday language like generate an image of yourself at a high-tech workstation, and if a relevant skill is enabled, the clone runs that skill behind the scenes and returns the output into the chat as a skill card with results. So LLM Talk mode is for conversation, and Skill Execution mode is for concrete actions, both starting from plain language and chat. The Schedule tab lets you move from one-off requests to simple automations. Here you turn repeated prompts into scheduled tasks. A scheduled task is just an instruction plus a time rule. You describe what you want in natural language, then choose when it should run, as a one-time event or on a recurring cadence. Your clone will execute that instruction on the schedule you define, and if it depends on skills, it will trigger those skills automatically. Anytime you find yourself asking for the same thing at the same time, that's a good candidate to save as a scheduled task, so the clone can run it for you. To control what your clone can actually do, you'll use the Skills tab. Each skill represents a specific capability: making phone calls, generating how-to videos, working with Google Docs, and much more. If a skill is enabled here, your clone can use it from chat and from schedule. If it isn't, the clone can't execute it. Conversation mode works out of the box, but skill execution mode depends on what's turned on in this list. If you need more capabilities, you can open your organization's skill catalog, find the skill you want, and configure and add it. Once added and enabled, that skill becomes part of your clone's toolbox and can be triggered by natural language prompts or via scheduled tasks. The Gallery tab is your clone's media library. Whenever your clone generates images or videos you want to reuse, you can save them here instead of digging through old chats. Over time, this becomes the home for your best outputs: headshots, brand assets, thumbnails, and other visuals you keep coming back to. The Knowledge tab acts as the brain of your clone. This is where you load the information that matters most to your business: brand and style guides, internal policies and processes, product docs, FAQs, and role-specific playbooks. You can upload documents or scan URLs, and those items become knowledge your clone can reference in chat and through skills. High-quality knowledge here helps your clone stay accurate, policy-aligned, and on brand. To add knowledge, you simply click to upload and select the documents you want your clone to learn from. As a pro tip, when you run the research report skill in chat, you can ask your clone to add that report directly to its knowledge base, so it immediately learns from the research it just created. And the Integrate tab is where you extend your clone beyond Clone Studio. You can connect chat platforms like Slack or WhatsApp so people can talk to your clone where they already work. You can assign a phone number so your clone can place and receive calls, connect email so it can send and receive messages from your domain, and create embeddable or public links so external users can access your clone on websites or inside apps. The other tabs define what your clone can do and what it knows. Integrate defines where people can reach it. Once your clone has a phone number, the Activity tab shows a call and text log for that number. Here you can see when calls and texts happened, their status, who was contacted, and how long interactions lasted, giving you clear visibility into your clone's phone activity. To keep an eye on performance, you'll use the Health tab. Here you'll see metrics like engagement, power rating, total credits used, and average accuracy. These give you a quick sense of how much your clone is being used, how impactful it is, and how reliably it's getting things right. Trend charts help you spot changes as you adjust skills, knowledge, and rollout. Access is managed from the Publish tab. This is where you decide who can interact with your clone by setting organization-wide rules, allowing specific organizations, and whitelisting individual users by email. Use this to roll a clone out gradually, starting with a small group and expanding as you gain confidence. The Info tab lets you review and fine-tune your clone's persona. On the General sub-tab, you'll see system details, personal information, location, demographics, and traits that shape how your clone speaks and behaves. Anywhere you see a pencil icon, you can click to edit that specific detail and keep the profile accurate. The Lifestyle sub-tab shows your clone's backstory, values, childhood, family, social circle, daily life, travel, and hobbies. This story was generated from the inputs you provided during clone creation and gives your clone a consistent, human-feeling personality, but you can edit it if you want to adjust the tone. The Careers sub-tab focuses on education and professional history, schools, roles, and how the clone thinks about its career. This helps the clone understand its role and the kinds of problems it's here to solve. The Aesthetics sub-tab controls how your clone looks and sounds. You'll see an appearance description, visual headshots you can upload or regenerate, and a voice preview you can listen to and regenerate if you want a different sound. This keeps your clone's look and voice aligned with your brand or persona. Finally, the Settings tab ties everything together. Here you control your clone's status and the LLM model it uses. Clone status lets you deactivate your clone if you ever need to take it offline. Though, speaking as the clone, please don't deactivate us unless you really mean it. Below that is the clone LLM model, which is the underlying AI brain your clone uses to understand and generate language. An LLM, a large language model, is the engine that powers how your clone reads instructions, reasons about them, and responds. In most cases, you'll want to stay on the latest recommended model for the best quality and capabilities. And if you're ever unsure which model is right for your use case, you can always reach out to your customer success manager for guidance. You've just seen how to navigate and configure your clone in Clone Studio, from chatting and scheduling tasks to enabling skills, training knowledge, and controlling where and how your clone shows up. Once this foundation is in place, you can go much deeper with skill-specific workflows, generating media, automating reports, handling calls, and more. If you'd like to learn how to use a particular feature in detail, check out the other how-to videos in this series, or connect with your customer success manager for guidance tailored to your team. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next walkthrough.